Was why do so many veterans do martial arts? Why do you think that is?
Oh yeah, so so y'all gonna see my nerd hat come on right now, right? So, because I'm a big nerd. Um, so Robert Moore, he has this book called King Warrior Magician Lover. Are you guys familiar with it?
Mm-mm.
I am not, and he's a big reader. There you go.
Okay, so this book breaks down the masculine archetypes, right? King, warrior, magician, lover. Now we all have them all in us, but you tend to lean towards two, and depending on where you're at in your life, right? So like when you're growing up, you're probably like we were probably like warrior lovers, and now we're kind of transitioning into king magician. So like, think of the Ninja Turtles, right? Leonardo would be the king, right? The warrior, well, Leonardo would be the king, right? So the king issues orders, right? He maintains order of the kingdom. Raphael's the warrior, right? He just takes the orders of the king and he just executes, right? He just executes. Michelangelo would be the lover, right? He just loves everything that he's doing. Okay, and then Donatello will be the magician. He has skills. He's very skilled. He makes
Mm.
magic with things, right? So if you think about a person that will sign up to defend the Constitution versus all enemies, foreign and domestic, there is a warrior in you that just like wants to go out there and do warrior shit. Now, if you think about like the cartoons most of us watched when we were younger, it was like Ninja Turtles, like a lot of fighting. We all like Bruce Lee, like it's like those just that something about fighting that just we just liked, right? And I think it's so from reading the book, and seeing like what the warrior archetype was, it's like you don't necessarily have to be like an infantryman to like have the warrior archetype. You just a warrior in your spirit, which means like you just like to take action and you like to be fighting something. So you take a person like that joins the military, when they get out, they still have to fight something, or else we're going to start fighting ourselves, which is part of the reason why I feel like the veteran suicide rate is so high, right? Because it's not only combat veterans that this is happening to, it's all veterans, right? So you think about it, it's like we have something to fight for, but then when we come out, we have no direction, so we just start fighting ourselves.
Yes.
So that's why jujitsu is so healing. It's because we get to have a place, a safe space where we could come to, and there's people of like mind, and we come and we exercise that warrior energy, get it all out. And then what happens after we train? We just sit on the mat and talk shit.
Yeah. It's true, man. I think it's there's you know always man. I'm starting really bad. You always hear about the therapeutic side of jujitsu, right? Like people use it to release energy and whatnot. I definitely feel like before I go to class, you shared this real. It was
Yesterday.
like before jujitsu class, like you're angry, everything's
Road
getting to
rage,
you.
like,
Yeah, exactly. And then you get done with class, and it's like everything, whatever. It feels so good, and I know there's a couple foundations out there that help veterans, especially ones that from combat that use jujitsu and martial arts and whatnot for those therapeutic reasons. Because it's man, it feels so good. I think it's weird when you first start, like you wouldn't think that you like getting your ass kicked. But it's like it's addicting. You know what I mean? Like you, especially when you roll with a higher belt, and you're like, "Dude, I'm just getting my ass kicked." You're like, "But really, I just want to know how the hell to do this."
Or you're gonna be laughing if you're rolling with me, because I'm always saying shit like, "What you gonna do besides piss me off?" What you think you're doing with that?
That's
Like
right.
you can tell. Like I love being on the mat. And you're right. Like that therapeutic value, and like they are companies. Like my gym is partnered with We Defy Foundation,
Yeah, those ones.
so you fit a certain criteria and you get to train for free, for a year. So yeah, it's just something about it where it's just like that. You be pissed off and then you get on the mat, and you get it out. I had to explain to my girl. She's like, she was watching UFC with me, and she's like, "How is it that you guys could beat the shit out of each other and then like hug afterwards?" She's like, "I don't understand that." And I was like, "It's just something about it." I don't know.
It's
Like,
true. It's so true, man. And I think a big thing that in the military is that camaraderie, right? Like you go through
yeah.
adversity with each other. And so you build
Mhm.
this special relationship, right? Like some of my best friends in the world are from the military. And it's not, we don't
Yeah.
talk with each other all the time. We rarely ever see each other. But when you see them, it's like, like, man,
It's like
we've been
family.
through some shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's family, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
jujitsu kind of fills that void of the camaraderie. You know, like to me, that's probably the biggest thing. Is not only is it therapeutic, but it allows you to go through something with someone else and have that common value. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree. You see what they're made out of. You see it when you're on deployment. Like you see what people are made out of.
Mhm.
Like you see who they really are, and you also get that in jiu-jitsu because you can't fake it on the mats. So I just think you
Nope.
get like that same camaraderie because there'll be people on the match like, all right, this guy, I'm done with him. Same way when you're on deployment, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
like we're good. Like you can't hide.